So you back. I'm ecstatic. I cannot be more excited about the fact that you are here again. I get to hear from you, not about you. This is great news that you make the phone call, that you reach out and get help from a family member. But if you didn't think about it, now's the time. Now is the time to not only save your life, but to save the lives of those who care about you. Reach out and contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. Because whether you know it or not, we need you. What's going on, Pride Nation, and welcome back to another Field Review podcast show where we talk all things Detroit Lions. And yes, we here with it. We got to talk about the Steelers and Lions game. Y'all not going to get no prototypical stuff around here this week. No. I have stayed away from all forms of media. That includes YouTube and everything. I wanted nobody to sway my view or my opinion. I wanted a clear mind coming into this with the attitude that, you know what? Some things are what they are, and there's no getting around it. And so I'm coming into it with that same belief, that same funk, that same attitude, that same umph. And I got to be honest, people, I'm feeling good on this Monday. I know some of y'all is like, what do you mean, Luke? You should not be excited, Luke. You should not be feeling good about this, Luke. This ain't a feel-good moment, Luke. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a feel-good moment for me, and I'm excited. I'm excited to talk some football. I'm excited to be here and to do it on this day. Now, there's obviously some people in the chat. I want to go through and do that, but here's some things we're going to jump on. Obviously, we're going to be reacting to that game of the Lions versus the Steelers and a host of things that I found very intriguing and alarming at the same time. So we got my man JT, Massive Purpose in the building, Looney Tunes in the building, One Pride 40s in the building, That Dude Live is in the building, Eltonio Jenkins is in the building. We got Predator Kingdom is in the building. Let me make sure I ain't miss nobody now. We got Hello Larry. That is a dope name, and I've never seen it before, so welcome. Not sure what was worse yesterday, losing to Mason Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, for the Lions' bad attempt to wear an all-white uniform and look like Lone Johns. I actually enjoyed the white uniforms. Don't judge me. But I did enjoy them. We got Ghost Gunner in the building. My man Crum is in the building. BD Buster's in the building. My man Dan is in the building. Let's see who else done showed up with us. Delusional Lion Fin is in the building. D Williams is in the building. The great one Mike is in the building. And make sure I ain't forgetting nobody. One Funky Lion Fin is in the building. Lion King is in the building. In the Mix is in the building. And let's see. Crimson Shadow 94 is in the building. B Farrell is in the building. Sean Parker's in the building. Making sure I ain't missed nothing now. Let me see. Lions Lee is in the building. John Stone, Dolo Dynamite, Juan W's in the building, and Detroit Fan Man, aka That Fan Man. Listen, people. First things first. Y'all don't understand my excitement. It can be a little confusing. It can be a little lost on a lot of people. But I could not have been more proud of the Detroit Lions yesterday. I know, Luke, what do you mean? It was a tie. They didn't lose. And they could have lost the game. I was still proud. I was proud. You know why I was proud? Because it was the first time that they did exactly what needed to do to give them the best chance to win. And that was run the damn ball. Oh, the commitment to the run. I have been screaming, not for weeks, not even for days, not even for months, but for years, for them to commit to the run. For years, for them to find a way to just run the damn ball, because it gives you a better chance. For the past 8 weeks, we have not had a running back who has had over 14, I repeat, 14 carries. We haven't had one. That all changed in a very swift, fast moment, and a moment that made me excited. People, I want you to understand something. The days where you see stuff like this, 14 to 25 for 114, you should get excited. here's my view on what happened in this game. The Lions and Steelers both came into this game feeling a little bit of the heat. And the Steelers played directly into the Lions' hands, and the Lions took advantage of it. They freaking took advantage of it. And it's shocking. It's scary. It's so shocking that this man right here, Deandre Swift, who got 33 carries, 130 yards, that guy right there becomes the first Lion running back since Kevin freaking Jones. Kevin freaking Jones to get these kind of carries and yards. What does that say to you? How long it's been? Anybody remember Kevin Jones, that guy that came from Virginia Tech? Y'all remember him? You remember him when we had the black jerseys? Y'all forget him? It's been that long. The Lions finally figured out that it is better to run the ball than put it in the hands of the quarterback. And the Pittsburgh Steelers lost their damn mind because who in the hell allows Mason Rudolph to throw the ball 50 times? My defense stepped up. I don't want to hear about, oh, well, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. Guess what? I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because watch, I'm finna get down to it. Where's that thing at? Oh, wait, I gotta go up. I gotta go up, people. I gotta go up. Let me go over here and put this over here. I don't want nobody to miss this. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes, it's a tie. And in my opinion, a tie is still a loss. Yes, but it doesn't matter. It's about mentality. It's about doing things. It's about having an opportunity to see some things a little bit different. Let's get down here, good people. Okay. Now, we know that they had some very well-crafted blitzes that they got to us, right? But we got an interception in this game, right? That's one, right? Plus the fumbles. So we got 3 turnovers. We won the turnover battle with 5th and 6th cornerbacks. Huh? They ran the ball, people. I want y'all to understand something. Listen to me. Stay with me. They ran the ball, y'all, 39 times. Y'all not hearing me. They ran the ball 39 times, people. 39. When's the last time a running back has touched the ball over 4? That's a long time. That's a long time. That's a very long time. And the thing that I don't think that people understand or that people get that I'm excited about is the fact that it wasn't that we was able to do it because Matt Nelson was out there. No. You see, we were able to run the ball because the mentality that day was we need to run the ball. And that gave us the best chance. Did I enjoy every play that was called? No. Did I enjoy some of the schemes that was called? No. Can I blame the quarterback for some things? I could. I could blame a lot of people for a lot of things. I could blame the tight end for a bad penalty. I could blame a cornerback for a bad penalty. I could blame missed tackles and everything else. My biggest 2 complaints, though, because I'm finna go through the whole rundown. I'm doing this game different. There's a good, there's a bad, and there's a ugly. Let's get through the good. The good, for me, we ran the damn ball. And we didn't just run it. It's not like we just, we casually had a run here and there. No. We let it be known to them. When you could run the ball the way that they did, that's bullying. The difference was you still needed to get in the end zone. And there were times where, we didn't quite have the play dialed up for it, but we're going to get to that. But the good, they ran the ball. The good, Dan Campbell took onus of this thing called the debacle, a.k.a. the Detroit Lions, and said, if we're going to take the L, I'm going to be the one taking this ship down. I'm the captain. I'm calling the plays. Now, this right here is going to go into my other good, bad, and evil parts, but I'm going to leave that right there. Dan Campbell calling plays to me was a good, right? Because I believe Dan Campbell understood the assignment. And how do I know? Because he knew we had to run the ball. And the best way he did it was to not only say we're going to run the ball, but I'm going to throw another lineman in there. Oh, the brilliance of that idea right there. Good. The defense, as I said before, they won the turnover battle. There were times in that game where I just knew it was over. But lo and behold, the defense made a play. Now, I will say that the one little pass interference call that they had on my man's A Warrior where he got the interception. That was a little BS, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We got away with 1-2. They gave it back to us with that terrible roughing the passer call that I still don't know where it's at, but I'll take it. And I'm going to say this too. Good. The referees actually called a semi-fair game. They wasn't trying to take it from us. And hey, good for us. Good. How can I best word this? Let me see how I'm going to word this. The idea that more people got involved. I saw people who was not getting involved in other games early on, at least be involved in this game. Now, there's still a whole lot more good, but I'm trying to rush through it because I want to talk to you, the people, and I want to get all this stuff out there. Let's talk about the bad. The bad. Another head coach has had to take the headset to talk directly to Jared Goff. Now, generally, in most cases, I would say to myself, okay, he's just trying to, be more involved or whatever. But when this has happened already with a head coach previous to you who basically said, yeah, I'm tired of this, having to explain to you all of this stuff in the game. This is too much. And then even after he's talking to you, he's taking the ball out of your hands. I'm thinking, yep, we're back to square one. We're back to a familiar thing. It's deja vu all over again. And I don't like the idea that he has to talk to them in the first place. We should not be doing it at this point. Bad. Dan Campbell calling plays. I'm not saying that he called the wrong plays, but God, this to me is an indictment on Anthony Lynn. The fact that he snatched it from Anthony Lynn and then said that no, it was a collaborative effort. Fine. Let's say it was hypothetically. It still looks bad. It still looks bad. And the truth is this. Do I believe that Anthony Lynn would have ran the ball as much as it was in this game if he was calling the plays? Nope. I do not believe that. I do not have any chance at all. Like, it's just not there for me. And I love the fact that he was able to do it, but I really don't want him calling the plays. I don't. Because there were a few times where he clearly allowed the emotions of the game to get away from him. Where I'm sitting here looking and I'm going, run it again. Run it again. He got to overthinking it and got cute with it. And here comes a blitz to dial it up. Now, bad. Jared Goff. Jared Goff was bad this game. And yes, I know he got hurt. However, there are very particular plays for me that I'm like, nope, you have to make that throw. Because that throw is what breaks a lot of things open. AKA the throw that he threw to Raymond. Raymond had to slow down to catch it. And by him slowing down to catch it, because it was grossly underthrown, it allowed for the defender to get back into the play when he had clearly a step on him. This is not the first time this has happened with Jared Goff, and it won't be the last. Bad. I really was not thrilled with our defensive line one-on-one matchups. They had a number of one-on-one matchups, and nobody was winning. Nobody. Mason Rudolph should have been sacked 187 times. If you notice, I said 187. That was by purpose. It was pun intended. They should have killed him. They should have killed him. We were not winning one-on-one matchups, and that disgusted me. I got tired of it. At one point, they were getting pushed into linebackers and so forth. Bad. The tackling. It continues to be a problem. People act as though they never knew how to do this thing called tackling. This is something so new. Let me go back to a good, because I feel like I'm going to dive deep into the bad, but back to the good. Deandre Swift. I feel like most of the time he punished people who tried to tackle him. And the vision was there. The patience was there. Jamar Jefferson. Can't wait to get him back. He just 100% take what you give straight up. I got it. When he ran through all them tackles for that touchdown, I think I probably threw about 100 fist pumps. Probably did a few push-ups. I was too ecstatic. Back to the bad. There's a few penalties that I don't quite understand the purpose of. The reason for and the why. Then one of them was on TJ Hawkinson. After Amon-Ra St. Brown did his best Hines Ward impression and ran through a bunch of people, how in the hell does you make that block? Just get in the way. Throw your hands up and get in the way. Let them run around you at the very least. But part of it is like, yo, let's be honest. Let's be honest 100% about this. These are games where, you know, a guy is being told, hey, we're going to run the ball a lot today. Bad. Why didn't nobody on the coaching staff, not the trainers, not the coach, not the goddamn players, why nobody didn't tell the players to take them stupid ass gloves off? Nobody. The whole game on both teams, all these drop passes and fumbles was because they had on gloves. There was a few times where the ball came out of Jared Goff's hands wrong because he had on gloves. And if you know anything about football, this should have been the first thing they told them. Take them damn gloves off. Take them off. Now, Steelers could have left them on. We needed every fumble we got. But come on. Take the gloves off. It was another bad clock management. Dan Campbell had a few ill-advised timeouts I didn't like. And he got a fourth down that, yeah, we got the fourth down. I didn't like the call. Because if you don't get it, that field position lines them up to take a field goal and get the lead. I hated the call, and they picked it up. I freaking hated that fourth down call. It was so unnecessary. So unnecessary. Makes no sense. So I walked away seeing these bad things, and I said to myself, now go back to it good, because I got to kind of warm it out. I want to keep it fair. Sewell, everybody was talking. Oh, yeah. Man, we should leave Sewell left tackle. I'm like, you know, he did train all offseason at right tackle. Everybody, you had all these different people talking about, oh, Sewell sucked at the tackle. He's not good. He needs more work. Okay. Got it. There were a few plays they put Sewell at guard. Literally put Sewell at guard, put Big V at the right tackle, and put Nelson at the other extra like tackle on the big package, and we're like, we're gonna run behind Sewell. The versatility is there. Everybody wants to love him. Let's get into the ugly. Jesus, and then I'm gonna open it up to everybody else. The kicker. Is he cut yet? Did they release him yet? Anybody tell me. Has the kicker been cut yet? I don't want to hear anything about, oh, he was filling in because this person was, I don't care. I don't care. Is he cut yet? Somebody tell me. Now, my reason for saying he should be cut ain't because of that awful kick that there wasn't nowhere near the end zone, let alone the field goal. No. We're not going to do that. But my reason for him being cut is if you can't make the extra point, shame on you. Shame, it's the extra freaking point. I don't even understand how the one thing you got to do is kick the ball through the uprights from the closest distance possible, and you F that up. How, Sway? How? I don't get it. I don't. I'm going to get into all y'all questions and comments, but I don't get it. That kicker was horrible. He was horrible. The play calling in general, some of them run calls that they was calling, I'm like, should have had a few more screens in there. They're trying to do quick passes, but I'm like, bro, it's raining and the guy got on gloves. There's a lot of people that got to go, Steve-O. We got a lot to still clean up. When the other coach sat there and said there was a lot of work that needed to be done and he lied, this one's telling the truth. He just ain't made the excuse. Because there's some people who shouldn't be here. I was surprised to see Deshaun Hand playing. When you going to give up on that project? But I want somebody to tell me, is the kicker gone yet? I need somebody to know. The kicker to me is the reason we lost the game. Because there was a few times that we had to go for it because they didn't trust the kicker. And it's unfortunate. Because if that was Matt Prater, you don't think we'd have kicked more field goals? We had to deal with playing hard-nosed, old-school black and blue football. And then I just got a message from somebody who says Mike Valenti basically said that was a horrible game. By what standard? Because they didn't throw the ball and air it out because they play old-school football. It gave them the best chance to win. It's one goddamn extra point. If he hits the extra point, guess what? They win the game. If he hits the game-winning field goal, everything yesterday was in the favor for the Lions. The Steelers didn't want to win. That's the other ugly part of it. Because when the Steelers was handing the game over, we didn't make nothing happen. You go out and you have a bad drive on a bad penalty that you had to punt on, and he throws an interception right afterwards. We do nothing on it. You turn around, you get a forced fumble, and you got another good chance to do something. We get nothing from it. And then you get another turnover. In my opinion, they got bailed out because Jared Goff served that ball right back up immediately after. I thought they were going to call face mask. They called hold. And yes, it was a hold, but the face mask would have been better because it really did happen. Nonetheless, it still don't make a difference. Also, I thought this was ugly too, right? I thought that a lot of the people that they played at the linebacker spot, the usual suspects, in my opinion, they wasn't filling gaps like I wanted to see. You know, it just wasn't getting it done. And I'm with you. He didn't stay hurt. That's why we got to end that project. I'm over it. But overall, I walked away happy for this game. They won a turnover battle, which is very important, right? You want to win a turnover battle. This is what you have to do. And the only reason they didn't win the time of possession is because of the few little time that they gave up, which another untimely timeout by the head coach. See, he's going to have to learn that if he had to do everything, he got to fire some people. And if that means Anthony Lynn or anybody else got to go, they got to go. It just is what it is. But we should take peace and solace in the fact that this team committed to the run. When's the last time you saw a running back with these kind of numbers? 33 carries, basically 4 yards a pop. That's phenomenal. You can literally take the 21 yards away, right? You can literally take the 21-yard run that he got, which is a beautiful run. He hurdled dog. You know, this dude, that boy different. That boy is different on every front. He's different. And to me, we have to be able to get excited about it. But take the 21-yard run. Now, it's still 109 yards rushing from that one guy. This dude right here, he act like he had nothing but energy and vision to get it done. And the Steelers played it into our hands. I just knew that these stats that you see right here, this 39 carries, was going to be over here. I just knew that they was finna run this ball to death with the Steelers, and they did not. All three running backs was running hard and running with purpose. Running with a thing. Like with some type of move. My man Amon-Ra St. Brown was doing his thing. Khalif Raymond had a few drops. It is what it is. But this is how you win these games. I enjoyed every bit of it. I enjoyed every bit of it. So this is where I'm going to open it up to you. I'm going to put the little link in the chat for those who want to join me and talk. I'm in a good mood. You want to blame Jared Goff? Blame him. You want to blame Dan Campbell? Blame him. Blame him. But the reality is this. When you get done blaming him, let's look at this in perspective. Let's tell the truth. Let's put this in the way that it should be. This team showed up with an attitude and was not prepared and not afraid to say, yeah, we ain't ran the ball this much, but we're going to do it here. The commitment, the dedication, the balls to say, you know what, this gives us the best chance. And the fact is, they could have done this all season. All season. Before somebody started talking about, well, we can't say all season we didn't have Decker. You didn't need him. You didn't. We had too many offside penalties. I was disgusted with that. Again, I put the link in the description. It's very simple. If you want to jump in and join, all I ask you to do is simply join, show me your face when you backstage, cut your camera back off if you like, and I add you in. We talk for about 5 minutes, and I get you back out and go to the next person. Real simple. But y'all don't even realize what Goff had at halftime, y'all. I don't even think Goff had I don't think Goff had 35 yards at halftime, bro. It was that much of a commitment that we were running this thing. And this is true, Predator King, because Aaron Glenn doing this with the 5th, 6th, and 7th cornerback. Where the hell did Gilbert come from? When did they call him up? Seriously. But yes, there were points in the game that I was not happy. I wasn't happy with that fourth down call. And we got it. I don't care. Thank God we got it. Thank God that they let this man throw the ball 50 times. But let's keep it 100. Lion King, I can't see your face. Turn it up. Turn that camera on so I can see that face real quick. Then you can cut it back off. But at the end of the day, I'm just keeping it 100. There's a lot to be excited about. They should expect for us to do this every week. Let's see if Lion King ready. Yo. Lion King, you here? I can't hear you. Oh, I can't hear my man's King. Here, I'm going to put you backstage, give you a minute, get your mic going, man. I can't hear you. I see your lips moving, but I still can't hear you. All right. Let's see. I'm going to give you 1 second to see if I can hear you. I see my man Arkeith Gates joined. It said that your device was not connected. So that tells me that you didn't give it permission to use your microphone and camera. You got to give it that permission so it can hear you. Let me see. Let's try it now. Lion King, try this. Try leaving out and coming back and see if it'll let you back in that way. Because I don't know why I'm not hearing you, but I'm just not. Just not. Let me see. They came here for nothing, so I guess players were lined up. Huh? I ain't know what's going on. My man Numbers Jason in the building says, yo, they say the Lions are eyeing 2 kickers. I don't know their names, but hopefully Super Mario will be gone. Listen, bro. If they that kick wasn't even close, bro. I'm telling you, when the kick went up, I said, oh my God. That wasn't no shank. That wasn't no slip. That was just terrible. Absolute terrible. Let's try this again. Lion King. Still can't hear you. I don't know what the hell going on. Is your microphone hooked up? Okay, and you gave it permission already? If you look on the bottom, you see something that says Cam and Mike. Try that and see if it's already connected. And then we'll see what it is. And then I'm gonna leave you backstage so I can get your mic together. My man Kyle Webb is in the building. What up, though, Kyle?
What up, Luke?
What's going on, sir?
Not much. Yeah, I like that game until the end. I don't know why. Jared Goff just spit in the air, just spit in the where he got sacked at in the end zone. Then he almost got a safety when he got sacked in that end zone.
Well, I can tell you like this. It says Mike must be muted. No, his mic not muted. It's not muted. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can do something on my end to. Yeah, I don't know. I'm finna see if I can try it again, but let me see. Lion King. Still nothing. I don't know why I can't hear you. Try completely logging out of the program and coming back, Lion King. See if that do it. I put it like this. First things first, Kyle. You got to do this. understand that play shouldn't have been called. Okay, that play did not need to be called, and with that play being called again, that was a bad call.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why we ain't keep on. We ain't keep on running it. It was working. It was working the first time. What you always say, Luke G? You always say keep running the ball. Keep running the ball. And
exactly.
we stop running it. And then next you know, Jared Goff getting all the pressure in his face.
Well, again, because they knew that it was going. They were trying to. You got to just run the ball. You got the lead, put the pressure on them, run the ball, get what you get, and then punt the ball away. And I think that's where you will see a difference. And I see you in the back, Malik. Don't go nowhere now. I see you in the back, brother. Don't dip on me. You have to be able to be committed to the run, even when they know it's coming. And the reality is they decided to try to, for some reason, to get the pass game going late, and it was not needed. It was not necessary. And I think that's why you saw this adjustment where, I think if you saw this adjustment where people just didn't get it. They didn't understand what they were doing or why they were doing it. But overall, the play shouldn't have been called, man. Let me get some of these other people up in here, Kyle, man. I appreciate you for coming through, rocking with me, man. Like I said, if I do a second go around, I get you in the building, bro.
All
right. My man Malik. Well, hold on. Let me see. Lion King. Let me see. Lion King. Hold on. Lion King. Please tell me it's working. No, it's still not working. I don't hear you. Take the microphone out, man. Let it see if it play through your computer, bro. Take the headset out. See if it play through your computer. I'm gonna take you backstage to give you a minute. Malik, what up, though, man? Welcome to the show, brother.
What's up? What's up? How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling beyond good. I'm excited because, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. What's going on, Micro Mike? He's in the building. I'm excited because, like, look, yeah, it's a tie, right? And now, instead of me having to hear people say we're going 0-17, they can now say we're going 0-16-1. It's not happening, bro. We're winning that Thanksgiving game. And don't be surprised if we beat the Browns. The Browns lost because they couldn't stop the run.
Yeah.
But what you got for us, man? What you got for us?
Oh, well, I just wanted to come on and say, the reason why I feel like they stopped running the ball is because by the third quarter, Deandre Swift was tired. I don't know what happened to how you pronounce it? Igbuke? What happened to him? Because, he came on, had that 42-yard big run. And I thought, when Jefferson got here, we were going to feature him and Swift. But for some reason, we ain't featuring him. But we only feature Swift, really.
Well, to me, you want to get every running back in the mix in there. But if the thing is to ride the hot hand, okay, you Swift is the hot hand. That's the hand you should ride. And it's one of the reasons I kept bringing it up that the Lions need to find a way. They need to find a way to not only, in my opinion, make sure that you get a running back who get the majority of the carries, but use those other guys sparingly. And they did it. And it gave them a chance to even get the tie. It gave them a chance to even get the win. If they would have came out and played into the hands with that pass, with that defense, oh my God, we wouldn't even have a score.
Nope. But it's one thing you gotta look at though. I agree that Swift, he was the hot hand, but Igwebuike was the other hot hand because Igwebuike got into the end zone that game. Swift ain't found the end zone. Ain't found the end zone once that game. So
But sometimes it's not about finding the end zone. Sometimes it's about the guy who sets up the other person. They had enough of hitting him. By the time they threw in how you pronounce his name? By the time they put him in, all he had to do was just run hard, and you saw that. You saw him make people miss like Devin Bush. You saw him make people like Fitzpatrick miss. Because at this point, it's like, yo, we've been running into this other dude, and he seems to be unrelentless about it. Then they gave him Jamar. Jamar was unrelentless about lowering the helmet. And then he comes in and just got to break a run. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's exciting. it's one of the things where it's like, yo, that's what's up, man.
And then one more thing I want to say before I go, that overtime though, I really didn't like our performance too much. That overtime because
why not?
Because we really got away from the game plan in overtime.
True.
We got away from the game plan. We put the game in Jared Goff hands. Jared Goff making stupid throws to people that's double covered. He out there looking like a college quarterback, But I mean, the rest of the team look good. But Jared Goff, no. We need like I've been seeing on YouTube all day. We need to get rid of Jared Goff or put David Blau in. They said Jared Goff had an injury. Why wasn't David Blau put in if Jared Goff had an injury?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you like this, man. And again, thanks for coming through. I want to try to see if I can get my man Lion King in the building. But appreciate you for coming through, man, and rocking and supporting me, man. I tell you like this. To me, that's just me. I could be wrong. Yeah, did they get away from the game plan? True. But I was so excited that we won the coin toss and deferred. I cannot tell y'all enough how exhausting it is to watch the Lions over all these years just want to get the ball first on offense. Why? Even when we had good defenses and Matthew Stafford, we're going to start off on offense. No, let your defense set the tone and the tempo. Because when they do their part, you get that extra possession at the halftime. Let that be the case. So I was excited for it. Let's see if my man Lion King got it together. Lion King.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, brother. Welcome to the show, bro. I don't know what was going on. I think the YouTube technology world didn't want us to talk. It was hating on our love for this team and stuff. Man, what you got for the show today?
Hey, bro, I had the Lions winning the game on your fantasy site.
On the pick'em?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I picked the Lions to win the game too.
No, I checked yours. You had you had the other team winning, man.
I had the Steelers?
Yep.
Yeah, so what I try to do is to make sure I don't forget my picks. I always make my picks for 3 weeks in advance, just in case I forget.
I just want to, my thing is, I know you don't want to talk about the draft. I know that, but
you know me and the draft ain't gonna work. It's too early.
I know, but my thing is this, man. All the YouTubers is talking about defense.
Okay.
Our defense played their heart out, man. As bad as we are. Now, if we had just an average quarterback, do you think we would have won that game? I don't care about the weather. I don't care about none of that. An average quarterback, we'd have won that game.
Because there was that one play that you saw where Raymond got so open.
He underthrew the ball. He underthrew it, man.
Underthrew it. And then there's another play. There's another play where I want to say it was to Amon-Ra St. Brown no, it was Benson. It was Trinity Benson. He cut in and the ball was thrown behind him. But again, a lot of people are grilling Dan Campbell for not pulling him if he was hurt. But the reality is this. It didn't matter. If the game plan is run the ball, anybody can hand the ball off. And let's be honest, if you don't like Jared Goff, which ironically enough,
I don't.
But ironically enough, it gives them an opportunity for people to get hits on them. So I mean, but their plan was to run the ball. He was only asked to just make a few passes. He made a few.
But it was a third down play, 3rd and long, and he still ran the ball. I just threw my microphones away. I'm like, I was baffled.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant.
How was that brilliant?
I'll tell you why. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was 3rd, and I want to say 15.
Yeah.
And he ran the ball, and I think they picked up like
7
or 8 yards. Yep. Yeah. So I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm gonna tell you why it's brilliant. By doing that, you don't give them a chance to play into their hand. If they would have came out on 3rd and 15 and tried to pass the ball there, and they would have said, you know what, I really want to try to get a first on this by going for on 3rd and 15 or get a shorter down. They already had dialed up the blitz previously, and it was getting home. There was some strange blitzes. Even I was confused where it was coming from. So by running the ball, You take away an opportunity for a guy who's already hurt to not take a hit. You take away an opportunity for a guy who's already hurt, and you know that they're gonna tee off on him to remove that doubt. You just basically say, you know what, we're gonna run it, get what we can, and if it works, great. Clock stills run. They got to still figure out if they're going to stop the clock or not, or if they want to even attempt to try to play that. I play field position and we do it again.
How you feel? Hey, bro. How you feel about the Chicago game? I think we can win that one.
I think we win Thanksgiving Day. I thought we was going to sweep the Bears, but I think we win Thanksgiving Day.
We're going to win that game.
And I also thought that I think that it's not far fetched that if they can commit to the run again, you might be able to sneak one past the Browns.
Browns don't look that good. Not right now.
Well, you know, they was out. Everybody want to blame and say that they was out there running best, but that other dude was running good. The problem is Baker Mayfield ain't giving them nothing right now.
Well, he's hurt. He's hurt, basically.
Well, I know, but that's a problem. He's not giving them nothing. And then you got Case Keenum, I want to say it is, that they backup is. So it is what it is.
Okay. All right, man.
But I just, you know, like I said, I want to give you your shine, man. I appreciate you've been rocking with me for a while. And I appreciate the support. But yeah, man, that was a necessary run on every level. You need to have it. And we all on the same page about Jared Goff. I thought that he would be so much better and a game manager, but hey, when you're wrong, you wrong.
It is what it is. The man making $30 million, they can't bench him. They're gonna have to play him.
Yeah, and he here for at least another season. So
all right.
You have a good one, bro.
All right.
All right. Again, people, the link is in the description. You want to join, all you need is some type of tablet or something with a microphone on it. You just gotta simply show me your face before you join. You can cut your camera back off and I add you in and we talk, man. That's all it is. But yeah, I mean, I'm not at the point to talk draft because we're not really sure who's coming out. There's somebody that y'all may really want that may decide to stay in. I mean, because let's be honest, they can still get paid that college money and then say, you know what, I'll do one more year of this free money and then bounce over to the pros. So draft is too soon. Let's see. Another thing that jumped out to me, like about this game and about Dan Campbell, is that got me going was Brad Holmes. And I see it's been a topic of conversation in the chat with Brad Holmes and stuff like this about the D tackles. If Brad Holmes, I want y'all to understand something. If Brad Holmes did not take those D tackles, our D line would be even worse. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because they were decent in a lot of those run stops and stuff like that. I just wish they won more one-on-ones in the pass game. And I wish on some of them runs they was able to hold their ground when they were getting double teamed and stuff. But if he didn't take those, who was going to be your D tackles? Michael Brockers? Trey Flowers? Romeo Court hurt. He out. We'd have been so thin at D line, it would have made no sense. At least this way, we got pieces for the future. We know that Michael Brockers ain't the long-term answer. We know that we got Penny Sewell out there, but Deshaun Hand, he played this time. He may be hurt next week. I mean, you cannot bet on that. All right? It says Levi, the worst goal line D tackle of all time. Well, I put it this way. I'm not prepared to say that for a rookie. I just don't. The same way I gave a pass to Okudah in his rookie year, even though it was bad. We gonna leave it at that. we gonna leave it at that. Now, if you are in here, make sure you hit that like button for me, please. We got another one finna join us, my man Ghost Gunner in the building. What up, though, Gunner?
Yeah, what up, Luke?
Gunner, you driving or you in an airplane? It's one of the two.
Oh, hold on.
I know I hear like a huge fan. I know that.
Okay, does that sound better?
Much better. What's going on, Gunner? What you got for the people?
Sometimes it connects to my webcam mic.
Ah, got it.
But
so
yeah,
what's going on?
that kicker was so bad. I mean, you couldn't find nobody else. Nobody. You watched this dude in practice. You couldn't find nobody else.
It was so short. Oh, that thing wasn't even close. And when I went to that open practice at Ford Field, he kicked the ball, and I remember coming back and reporting we got a problem at kicker. And I told y'all that ball wasn't nowhere near the goalpost. And it wasn't just him. It was other kickers where that ball was just not there. And I'm like, damn, we wanted Matt Prater gone. This dude is horrible.
Our starter, was it Cyber? He ain't even bad, but he can't stay on the field as a freaking kicker. But this dude, I mean, you couldn't find nobody else. The mailman, UPS driver, somebody that can kick the ball, bro.
Listen, I've asked this question. I'm gonna keep asking it all week. Has he been released yet? It's no way to justify him being on this team. You couldn't kick the kick that was close. You couldn't kick the kick that was far. That just means you can't kick. What are you here for?
I question how. I think they said he kicked like a 50-yarder in college. I want to see that.
Bull.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
If he did, it was a hurricane that day, and every win from that hurricane carried the ball.
Because what was it, like a 48-yarder in overtime? That was awful.
It was terrible.
It was the worst kick I ever seen.
It says, question, will cornerback number 24 learn how to turn when the ball is in the air? Can't spell his name. Amani Warrior is number 24 for the Lions. He does do it quite often. On that pass interference call, I thought that was weak because he was playing the player. And the ball got thrown. The player, he didn't interfere. And then after the player and the ball got separated, it landed in his lap, and that should have been an interception, but they was like, nope. So he does it often, but would I like to see him do it more? Hell yes. Do I think he needs to do it more often? Yes. Do I think he needs to work on his technique in terms of the back paddling and stuff like that? Yes. But I get your point. It's a good question. It's a fair question. It's not one I can argue against.
He needs to be not on number ones. He needs to be on number twos.
Hey, but at this point, what are you gonna do?
I mean, right now he kind of has to because we have freaking Mark Gilbert, which I like.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question because this is about the cornerbacks, and I saw you was finna go on that route. If you're looking at AJ Parker on any other team or even this Lions team, what cornerback you think he would be? Like what number? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, nickel? I mean, what do you think he would be? AJ Parker.
He's our slot corner, isn't he?
He's had some flashes, but what about Jacobs?
I mean, at most, if in like a healthy corner room, we talking, he'd probably be like a 3 or a 4. Because we're for 2 undrafted free agent rookies, they're not. I mean, they made me feel better about those guys than Okudah's rookie year, but. Now, Aaron Glenn's doing what he can. I mean, I like the play with Mark Gilbert where he gave up that big pass, but he came back in, was able to force the fumble on that play. He didn't give up.
You know the first thing that came to my mind? Every time I do a video of a draft prospect and I chew them out for lacking hustle, I get told that I'm nitpicking. It is because of plays like that. That's why I don't downplay it. If he could have gave up on the play. He got beat. He could have gave up. He's like, nope, I'm going to go get it. And that is what I expect to see on every level. And so, yeah, that was exciting to see. I think Aaron Glenn is getting everything he can get out of this defense. I can't wait to see what happens when he gets more talent.
Pass rushers, yeah.
Obviously, he got to get some people on the outside, or maybe it's just time to go back to a 4-3. Just saying. Big Perm says, me personally, I hope we don't win another game, tie another game for the rest of the season. Lock up that first pick. Oh, no. See, I don't believe in tanking because the history shows that tanking does not succeed on anything. And if there was ever a year to not tank, if you were thinking about being a tanker, it's this one. Who in the hell are you tanking for? Seriously, if you're telling me you're tanking to take that pass rusher out of Oregon, even though this is draft talk, I'm just gonna skip around it real quick. That would be a mistake. You got two first round picks. Have fun with the idea that you got 2 first round picks and make something happen. This ain't the year to do the whole tank thing, and tanking never worked anyway. So what else stood out to you in that game? Because obviously for me, I was very disgusted with the fact that Jared Goff is back to square one with somebody having to call the damn plays.
Yeah, it makes me sick that we have to be with him for a minimum another year.
I don't know how this keeps happening, and it keeps happening to only him. Like, it seems like Like that's not how. JT, the link is in the description. You're more than welcome to join for a second. JT, if y'all don't know, JT Sports, who does a great job covering all the things in the NFL, is a Steelers fan. Also, there's a number of people. I don't know if you know this, Gunner, but there's a number of people that I talked to from the Steelers fan base who was at that game, who flat out told me that the whole conversation, the whole game was fire Mike Tomlin. Like that's all they was talking about. Like, get this dude up out of here. We got to get rid of Mike Tomlin, fire him, and get him out of here. That's their approach to it. But
a common thing I hear from Steelers fans that they play down to their competition a lot.
Well, yeah, you know, hey, I told you this is one of them games though where I said these are them games where the Lions will play up to their competition. I think they really thought we was gonna just cakewalk over the Bengals and cakewalk over the Eagles, and that's why they got beat up that bad. That's what I think happened. Could be wrong.
I think the Eagles, when they were feeling high off that Rams loss for how well they played besides the offense.
True. Anything else that jumped out to you? Anything else that jumped out to you in that game that you wanted to point out?
I saw somebody point out in chat, like literally, like we had 3 targets to the tight ends or something. That was really frustrating.
I think what you saw in that regard at that point was he wasn't part of the game plan. And there's going to be games where he's not going to be part of the game plan, especially when your quarterback tends to lock in on players like he did on that one player when he threw that interception. They tend to do those kind of things, and I think that's why he wasn't a part of it. But when you're talking about trying to get the ball to him, I'm okay. I really am. I'm okay. He didn't have no stats. He has to earn it some kind of way. And if he's going to be a decoy, then so be it. He won't be the first decoy.
Right.
Like it's good. It's like I'm good with it, 100%. So, you know, I'm just putting it out there. Let me ask you this: what are your thoughts on Dan Campbell's play calling? Did you feel like?
I mean, it's nice to see somebody with actually feed one running back instead of playing hot potato with them.
I swear that was my biggest delight.
This first time Swift had 30 carries in a game.
Man, that's the first time a running back in the Lions brass has had 30-something carries since Kevin freaking Jones. Kevin Jones, bro. The last time Kevin Jones was on this team, I want to say, Joey Harrington? Joey Harrington probably was. Oh man, Jesus!
I don't even think
it was so long ago.
I don't even think I was a fan of football yet,
bro. It was so long ago. It just is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm not even trying to downplay it. What's going on to my man Drew, aka Brewski? I always pronounce this last name wrong, but I suck with names. Y'all know I do. Tomlin, one of the best coaches in the past 20 years, never had a losing season. They're dumb. They don't want him. They want him gone. They want him gone. They're sick of it. They're frustrated. They're sick of it because he hasn't upgraded but he hasn't upgraded the quarterback position for real yet. But he's tried. Let me see what else we got going on here. Let me ask you this, Gunner, because this is something that keeps coming up. Everybody wants to talk about the offensive line and how bad the offensive line has been. Did you get a sense that the offensive line was bad in pass blocking for Jared Goff? Not just yesterday, but in general.
Like as a whole, no.
Yeah, see, I think yesterday was one of them games where if you had to pass the ball more, it just plays into their strength. They was really confused that we was running the ball.
Yeah, it was really up until I think it was really till late in that fourth quarter and where they really started to tighten up and Swift couldn't get any holes. But for the most of that game, he was having a field day on him. I mean, I want to see Jefferson come back. I'm mad he got hurt after that run he had. I mean, he looked like the second coming of Marshawn Lynch for a second, the amount of tackles he was slipping.
Okay. All right. He said, sorry, look, I want that first pick. Judging by the defensive coordinator decision to keep Goff in yesterday, by Dan Campbell's decision to keep Goff in yesterday, Dan is trying to lock up that first pick as well.
There's no quarterback worth taking first overall.
There's
plenty of defensive players from like 1 through like 8 where you're gonna get a good starter.
It's a good thing. I just, like I said, I'm not gonna talk draft till I know who's there. My man JT's in the back. Ghost. I appreciate you for always rocking with me and supporting me, man, and coming through. And like I said, hopefully they don't give me no OT tomorrow. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring JT in, and because he's a Steelers fan, and who better to talk about them Steelers than a Steelers fan, bro?
Right.
I appreciate you, sir. My man JT Sports is in the building. JT, what up, though?
What up, though?
You sound so down about that damn tie.
Heck yeah, man. I was blown, man. And then when Deontay Johnson fumbled that ball, man, and
he had a few miscues.
Oh, man, that's probably his worst game of the season because he's been playing good so far. Then TJ Watt went down. Oh,
you know what it was, though, bro? And I hate to say it. It's them damn gloves. Nobody told them to take them damn gloves off. Like, they just rain, sleet, or snow. We wearing these gloves, man. But once them gloves if you play football, once them gloves get wet and that ball get wet, it's slippery.
Yeah, and especially with visors too.
Bruh, I didn't get it. It says they only because Goff was hurt still. Why don't you use the backup? The game plan is to run the ball. You don't want to use the backup and be trying to pass the ball when that plays into the strength of the Steelers. I mean, JT, am I wrong about this? Do you think your team was caught off guard with the fact that we was running the ball instead of trying to pass as much?
I don't really want to say they was caught off guard because like they should already knew the game plan was going to be run the football with Detroit not really being that skilled at the wide receiver position. And plus you look at our defensive line with TJ Watt. I definitely feel like Pittsburgh was expecting Detroit to run the football a good amount of time.
So you thought that they was expecting to run. See, I said that our chance of winning the game would be to run the ball because every time I watched them have a struggle game, they couldn't stop the run. But when teams passed it a lot, they was destroying them. I'm like, oh my God, you just playing right into their strength.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
And I was really disappointed in how the linebackers played. Joe Schobert, take him back to Jacksonville. Devin Bush, probably the worst game I ever seen him play. Now Cam Hayward, whoever y'all have blocking Cam Hayward, he was getting ate up, man. TJ Watt was eating up Panay. Well, I don't feel like Panay Sewell played that bad because TJ Watt didn't really get active until around the third quarter.
Oh, you mean like who was blocking Hayward like that whole game?
Yeah, Hayward was eating him alive.
That was TJ Watt. I think they was putting him out there on early on, and then I think there was a few times where he got a good push on Sewell, but Sewell anchored him and stopped before he can even get things going. E-Rod says, is it true that McDc took play calling duties over from Anthony Lynn? That is true. He was calling all of the plays that you saw in yesterday's game. And you looked at the game, you can tell there's significantly a difference in the play calling. It's still a good amount of trap plays, but still they was giving them a chance with a little bit more zone runs, and I thought that was indicative of attitude.
And I kind of disagree with the fact that Detroit shouldn't try to get the number one overall pick because just because you get the number one overall pick doesn't mean you got to take a QB. This is why if I'm Detroit, if I get the number one pick, I'm happy because you don't got to take a QB at that spot. You already got two. So if you trade that number one pick, you can end up walking away with 4 draft picks alone in this draft. You can go ahead, get the safety out of Notre Dame, Kyle Hamilton. You can get some linebackers. You can get that defensive tackle, Jordan Davis, out of Georgia. Have you seen Jordan Davis from Oklahoma, Luke G? This dude is 6'6", 365 pounds and is moving at a crazy rate. This dude at least runs a 4.6, 4.7. Like, you got to watch the film on Jordan Davis. This dude is a monster.
Again, I'm just not talking draft. Like, until we get to let me get to week 16 and 17. I'll talk draft then. Right now, I don't know who's coming out. I don't know who's going to be out for sure. And it's even harder now because players can stay in college and get paid. Like, seriously. So how do we know?
But there are some people who are definitely like guaranteed seniors who are coming out. I think Kyle Hamilton is already in that discussion.
Well, like I said, draft is too early for me. I'm not in a draft attitude. Drew says, "Are you going to come on Man Hour tonight? If I get the invite, I'll try to come through for a few and talk a little ball. But usually I come on Tuesdays. I'm pretty sure. So we'll see if they want me on tonight. We'll be on tonight. What is something that stood out to you though that kind of upset you? Because one of the things that I noticed immediately, which blew my mind, which really blew my mind. It says what? Jordan Davis plays for Georgia, and I don't think it runs stuff. Like I said, when I get into my draft talk, y'all gonna be surprised. So I'm hearing a lot of names. I'm gonna upset a lot of people. I'm gonna just put it like that. But one of the things to me that I was so excited to see that the Steelers did was this right here. That 50 passing attempt. I was like, oh hell yes.
With no Big Ben.
And you want to hear the worst part about this? That's terrible. That 4.8 yard average is terrible. How do you still get worse? If you
did you see when Mason Rudolph had Ray-Ray McCloud wide open in the end zone, only like 6 yards
and
away,
threw it to the dirt?
Oh my god!
And it wasn't even just that one. He had another play where I want to say it was to the right. Again, it was McCloud. He had him wide open and he threw it behind him. To where it allowed for our guys to get in there and to make a play on it.
And guess what? Next week, the Steelers play the Chargers, and Big Ben isn't expected to be ready because he actually tested positive. Like he's suffering from the effects. So Saturday, he first, like he started reporting his effects, and now he came out and said that he's not really feeling all that great. So he really ain't feeling good. So we most likely aren't going to have him when we play the LA Chargers next week. So I'm praying to God we put Dwayne Haskins in. And I'm not saying Dwayne Haskins is going to be better. I'm just saying we've seen enough of Mason Rudolph. I'd rather see Dwayne Haskins.
I honestly thought at some point they were going to go to Dwayne Haskins, and they didn't. And I said, you know what? I get it. But a lot of people was getting angry with Mike Tomlin because they said he wasn't showing no emotion on the sideline. I'm like, he usually don't.
He never does. I'm never going to say I've been off the fire Tomlin train ever since he won 8 games with Mason Rudolph and Devlin Doc Hodges. People just like I was telling Steelers friends, I'm like, you want to fire Mike Tomlin? Are you shut up, bro? Like he's right now. The Steelers are 5-3-1. We're we're not even a half a game back. We're 0.5 a game back behind Baltimore. Baltimore loses next week. We beat the Chargers, and we're in first place for the division. Like, I get so tired of Mike Tomlin having one of those L's, and then everybody starts saying, oh, we got to fire Mike Tomlin. And there's been a bunch of teams this year who have been on upset alert. Like, I didn't see nobody talking about for Buffalo to fire Sean McDermott when they lost to Jacksonville last week. I ain't see nobody saying fire John Harbaugh when they lost to Miami last week.
I mean, that's. I mean, you're right. All of them are absolutely good points, and nobody can explain it. So it's ridiculous. Kobe Live 16 said the draft is only too early for teams still in the playoff race.
Not too early for Detroit.
It's too early for Detroit, and I'll tell you why. Because tell me who's coming out that you're guaranteed going to get. Who's coming out? Who's the guaranteed coming out person? I'll wait.
Sure, I know you can at least be in the race for Kyle Hamilton.
Who's the guarantee? I don't got to be first overall for him. I got 2 first. Who's coming out that's guaranteed going to be coming out? We don't know. Who's coming? Who's going to come out and not be hurt? We don't know.
Yeah.
I'm over the speculation, and I'm over the draft talk. It's just not there yet. Another thing I want to bring up to you, in terms of the Lions game, Lions having their first game where they actually ran the ball more than they passed, and obviously the game ends in overtime. Give me your thoughts on what led to the Lions losing the game. See, I got one clear answer, but I want your
Lions ain't got no kicker.
Dude,
you want to know what's crazy? When y'all brought that dude out there to kick that field goal first time in overtime, I knew he was gonna blow it. I knew it. I was already expecting it. And I be telling people, like, the most underrated position that really is, in my opinion, is the second most important when it comes to winning football games is having a good kicker that you can count on in the big moments. Because think about it. Think about how many games are decided by a game-winning field goal. Think about how many games are decided based off a mixed extra point or 2 missed field goals. Having a great kicker is the difference between being a great coach and being unemployed. Let me know if I'm wrong.
Well, again, like, look, I got people who don't like the idea that I'm not talking draft. They really want to talk draft. They say, by that logic, a month before the draft is too early. A month before the draft is off season, right?
I mean, I understand why, because
but I'm just saying, it's a month before the draft considered the off season. Is anybody playing a month before the draft?
No.
And at that point, we probably are already got everyone in the off season, right? And so that example, by that logic, don't make sense for me because let's be honest, we don't need to be. Where are the Lions going to be drafting?
At this point, most likely in the top 3.
Okay, but do you know exactly where they're going to be drafting? We don't know. We don't know who's coming out, who's staying in. We just don't know. And in most of the players I've already heard from people, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It has no point, no view of being done in no stretch of the imagination. I got people wanting things that I'm trying to figure out, like, so we got this problem over here, and you think this should be the first pick? It's ridiculous.
I mean, somebody asked what's wrong with Detroit on my channel the other day and who Detroit should draft. I said, I don't really think Detroit can go wrong with drafting anybody because they need help everywhere. I mean, your linebackers were getting ate up by how do you feel about Najee Harris, man? Najee Harris was definitely worth the first round pick because there were so many plays when he could have easily been tackled for a loss or tackled for a 2-yard gain, and here he would go pushing 6 yards. As a matter of fact, Najee Harris has probably been the second best offensive player on the Steelers team behind Chris Boswell, our kicker.
Well, I put it like this. I have been disappointed in Najee Harris. I'm not seeing a lot of the runs that I saw in college, and I know that that's contributed to offensive line play and the fact that teams load the box because there's no quarterback throwing. But there was a few runs where I'm like, oh, he's gonna break that. Nope, he got caught. I was like, oh, thank God.
But he also had some runs that were really critical in keeping Pittsburgh in the game. I think he had he almost converted. It was like a 3rd and long, and he doggone near converted it.
I feel you, but that's only counts in horseshoes. And we're not playing horseshoes.
Feel that. But I definitely feel like it depends on what kind of runs are you looking for. Are you looking for the big 40?
I'm just telling you, I've watched him enough because I am on this whole get back to the basics when it comes to the NFL. And I'm telling you, there was a few different games, including the game against the Lions, where I thought, oh, that's a lane for him to break it. And he got caught.
I feel like he's had a lot of really good 5-6 yard runs that were really critical in moving the ball. Because without Najee Harris, honestly, we probably would have only 3 wins. Because over the last couple of months, we've really leaned on him really heavily in terms of what he's doing in the passing game and in the run game. And you got to remember, so check me out. Friday night, there was a rumor that Pittsburgh was in the market trying to get OBJ, but they were too late to the party. And I was like, why we get OBJ? We already good at wide. We already got enough depth at wide receiver. Where it turns out Chase Claypool is injured.
Well, I put it like this. Like I said, I have not been excited, and I just that's how I'm looking at it. But I'm not gonna keep it. I'm not gonna keep it long short today because I promised my son we was gonna make slime today. And Lord knows I do not want to do this because the last time we made slime, he thought it would be a great way for Daddy to have a helmet. But hopefully he's learned his valuable lesson, not that. So again, man, appreciate you for coming through. We'll definitely do something where we just talking straight ball or something. Where I come over there and talk with you and have a little fun. And then if they want to talk draft and we on your channel talking draft, cool. Here, I ain't talking no draft. It's 100-something.
I hate talking
Lions
draft
YouTube.
around this. I hate talking draft, man. It's such a strenuous process, man. Like you watching so many games and stuff. I hate talking draft. When it's time to talk draft, that means there's no football on.
I got too much to look at this point. Like I said, I know some people want to have a different view. I get it, but I will say this: Big Perm says, "What remaining games do you think they can win?" I think they can probably sneak a win from the Browns. But if I'm a betting man, I'm probably gonna say we beat the Bears, we'll beat the Vikings. I think we can sneak one past the Seattle Seahawks, even though Russell Wilson is back. Again, it's just about us running the ball, and I think that they can beat Denver. So 4 games, maybe 4 or 5 games.
Hey, just know Pittsburgh fans are rooting for Lions next week against Cleveland.
Well, they should. They should, like 100%. It says you want Myles Garrett or Brian Burns, huh? I'm not sure if that's to me or what the hell. I'm not sure if that's to me or not. I'm just, we're gonna just leave it alone. So again, appreciate you for coming through, JT, man. And just rocking with me, man. 100% appreciate it.
I appreciate you for having me on. And there's no Jameis Winston free agent this offseason.
I still wouldn't touch Jameis Winston with your poll. Like, it's no way that I'm touching him. I'm sorry.
He was on. I'm so hurt, Luke G. I was so hurt. I was more hurt when Jameis got injured than I was Detroit tying with Pittsburgh. Like, he was having a really good year.
Yeah, cocaine's a hell of a drug. I mean, it's and it's probably one of the things that we should stay away from.
Hey, I'm just trying to tell you, Jameis Winston right now is way better than the Jared Goff.
Listen,
he still got Goff for another year.
Listen, Steve-O said he's agreeing with you. He would take Winston over the Goff. That's because Winston is at least willing to throw the ball down the field, but I get it. All right, so you have a good one. People, this is where I hit that final thought. And go make some slime, man. I got to make some slime with the boys. I can't never end the show unless we do it on a positive note. I want to thank everybody who came in and to chime in on the game. My overall view is still the same. I'm okay. It's a tie. It is what it is. We lost the game because we don't have a kicker. We lost the game because we got too many injuries. We lost the game because, let's be honest, the conditions were in such a way for us to win the game, but this team is still learning how to win. But we got to end it on a positive note. And today's positive quote comes from the internet, and I'm just going to go with it. It says, sometimes it's not the dreams you should follow. Sometimes it's not the dreams you should follow. It's the nightmares. Just to see where you could end up, just remind yourself where you don't belong. So this quote is very powerful to me because we often are told to follow our dreams, chase our dreams, to go after our dreams and stuff. And the funny thing, whenever they tell us to follow our dreams or chase that means that it is already ahead of us. That means that it is something that we have to catch up to. And when you chase something, it generally runs. But it says instead, we should probably pay more attention to the nightmares so we can know where we could end up. Because sometimes when you pay attention to the nightmares, that means you're being cautious as you navigate to this thing called life. I can tell you by experience, man, there's been a lot of ventures that I have personally been afraid to take. But once I took the leap, once I took the first step, there was no looking back. There was no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. There was none of that for me. It was 100% the opposite. I was beyond ecstatic with my decision, and I have never looked back. People, this is your opportunity to be different. Do not let fear get in your way. Do not get caught up in chasing something that does not need to be chased. If it needs to be chased, then chances is it's not for you. What is for you will come to you in its divine order. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. And as always, I know I'm coming in at the end here, Luke, but what up, though? What up, though, Sky Guy? as always, man, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and check out my description. I got a lot of YouTubers channels still linked in that description that you can go and check and get content on. So go in there and make sure you take a look at it. And as always, man, don't be no chump. Please do your research. Hopefully, no overtime for me tomorrow. I'll be back at it again talking some Lions football. We out.